落ちた強豪飛べないカラス
What up, YouTube? Blackwing here, and what a day it is! The new selection pack just got released and Dominus Impulse is in it. This is like the next level cheat code for Blackwings. This card is absolutely insane. So let's read the effect and after that analyze it. So if your opponent controls a card, you can activate this card from your hand, so it's basically a hand trap. When a card or effect is activated that includes an effect that special summons a monster, negate that effect, then if you have a trap card in your graveyard, destroy that card. If you activate this card from your hand, you cannot activate the effects of light, earth and wind monsters for the rest of this duel, and you can only activate one Dominus Impulse per turn. So basically, what does this mean? When we are going second, we can basically hit a lot of engine cards when we are going second. So basically any card that would special summon cards, and obviously Yu-Gi-Oh! Is around special summoning, so that is just insane. And if you activate it from your hand, you know, your opponent has to control a card, but obviously if you're going second, you know, your opponent will control those cards. And if you activate it from the hand, you're locked from light, earth and wind monsters for the rest of this duel. So basically meaning that obviously, for example, Roland Lockbird is a wind monster, you want to activate that first, or then, you know, Puvalos is also a wind, or then earth, you know, you want to play your Maxi first before you activate this card. Also what this card has, which is just insane, is the Gamma-ish like effect. So basically meaning that if you first play your infinite impermanence and negate your opponent's you know, starter or something like that, and after that you activate Dominus Impulse, it will be absolutely huge because it will also destroy the card. So if it's a monster and it's on the board, it will be just like super crazy, and usually it will just end up your opponent's turn. Also, when you are going second against a board, and if Dominus Impulse would be your, for example, 6th card, you know, you can still be able to play through, you know, Bestials or, for example, a Nibiru that would be dropped on your turn when you're trying to break the board. So it also works a little bit going second against a board, which is also super good. Another thing which is just insanely great about this card is that it dodges Called by the Grave because it's a trap card, you know, so Called by the Grave can't touch this card. It also kind of dodges Triple Tactic Talents because it's not a monster card. So your opponent, if you play this, you know, and your opponent has a Triple Tactic Talents in their hand, you know, they cannot activate it because you haven't activated a monster effect. And one thing that is also crucial about this card is that if your opponent has the Crossout Designator in his hand, you know, this card is not an Effect Veiler, Ash Blossom, Maxi or anything that your opponent would be playing, because if they are playing Light, Earth and Wind monster decks, they cannot even play this card basically in their decks. So meaning that the odds of this card getting Crossout Designated is super small, which obviously makes this card so much more powerful because it's like going off every time almost you activate it. Couple of months ago when I was in YCS Birmingham, I played 3 copies of this card in my Blackwing deck, and I think this card was the MVP of that tournament, and mainly because of the reason that people don't really play around this card, or they don't see it coming. You know, it's super easy to play around like Ash Blossoms or Nibiru on the 5th summon, and you know, Effect Veiler, your opponent can expect those cards, but this card hits cards differently in a way where it's really hard to see it coming or even play around it. So Dominus Impulse is just an excellent hand trap, and you should definitely play it if you just can. And with Blackwings, obviously we don't run any light, earth or wind monsters or like main engine monsters, so you should definitely add this to your deck. So let me know in the comment section below, how many Dominus Impulses are you planning to play? I would at least suggest you playing 2, maybe even 3 because of how good it is, but it also depends a little bit on the format, what kind of format we are in, how many of this you should run. Other than that, I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you want to support the channel, you can become a Blackwing Master Tier member to access exclusive member-only videos, updates on my Blackwing decks, and you will also get access to the Yu-Gi-Oh! Deck Optimizer program that will take your deck building skills to the next level. So what are you waiting for? Become a Blackwing Master Tier member from the link in the description down below. Thank you for watching, and as always, I'm out.
それでも一人じゃなくなったあいつは強いよ。